Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Afternoon, we lay awake in bed. It laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, shout from the top. We're gonna
Hello, my beautiful Dolly family. How are we doing today? I hope that we're doing well, and if not, big hugs to you. Well, today I was like, what video do I want to put out today? And I wanted to, well, Tiffany needed a change. And I thought, you know what, let's talk vintage dolls, right? Let's talk vintage dolls. And I love my vintage dolls. I was going to try to keep the vintage dolls in vintage clothing. However, I only have a few vintagey things, so that's not going to work out so well. So you're going to see them in newer clothing and vintage clothing. And also I like to put my vintage clothing on my other babies too. So just here to tell you that you will see the, you know, because at first I was like, oh, Chrissy's only wearing vintage. And I really did have that plan for her. However, I don't know. I might try to stick with that with her, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I only have a few pieces of vintage clothing, like I said. But anyway, so as most of you know, if you've seen the box opening for little Tiffany here and Stephanie, they are dolls that I had as a little girl, and I just kind of for the last year have been looking on eBay and Mercari, just the online sellers basically, and well, in the thrift stores. I've looked in the thrift stores too, because sometimes you can find gold in thrift stores, right? For these two dolls, so this is little Tiffany. Yes, so she is a vintage, I think she was early 70s, no, later 70s. Is it later or earlier? Let me look. I think it's on her neck. 74, so mid 70s and into the 80s. This baby was around because I got her for my, you know, brand new in a box. Not her, but one like her. Brand new in box for either my 5th or 6th birthday. I still haven't found those pictures. I did find them at one point in time and showed you guys those pictures, and like I think it was a live one time. I don't know what I ever did with them though. So yeah, so we're just still looking for them. I'll find them one day. Anyway, so it was my 5th or 6th birthday that I got this little beauty, or one just like her, and I have no clue what happened to this little one. She was a beloved doll because one of her size, you know, she was a big doll when I was little, right? She was, you know, I considered her a toddler, and right now I think she's like just kind of an older baby, you know. I don't consider her a toddler, I consider her an older baby, but I do remember considering her as a toddler when I was younger because of how big she was, you know, compared to me when I was little. But so she has sleepy eyes, so her eyes still open and close very nicely, and her hair is wild, and she's just going to be my wild child hair because it's, you know, her original hair, and it's doll hair from, you know, the 70s, early 80s, and it just hasn't stood very well to the test of time. I did wash it and put some conditioner in it. However, I did see somewhere online that someone said if you soak it in fabric softener. Now, I am allergic to fabric softener. However, I did think about getting a bottle and some gloves and trying to soak her hair in it and just like rinse it out really well, maybe shampoo it afterwards too, to try to get as much of the fabric softener as I can out of her, to try to make her hair look a little better, because it's a little on the rough side. I don't care. I really don't care, but just to make her look a little nicer. Maybe, I don't know, I might not even do that. She may just have the wild hair like her mom does. Yeah. But I named her Tiffany. I'm not sure what her name was in my nursery when I was little, but I wanted to give her a change, so I thought I would, you know, just kind of chat with you guys and change her. I also wanted to show you little Stephanie. I have changed her. I'm not going to change her again, but she is in this cute little pajamas and she's got a little bow on her head. Actually, these two are wearing the same bow, flower headband is what it is. But yeah, so this is one of my other dolls, Stephanie. She's from 1980, I want to say 85. And I had her until I had kids. And then I don't know what happened to her, but she disappeared. So I'm very, very happy to get my two, I actually have quite a few now, of my beloved dolls from childhood back. I mean, it's just like, it warms my heart, it makes me happy. So little Tiffany is in this cute little, this is a cute little vintage dress. Mama Cheryl actually sent this. It says, "Mommy loves me" on the bottom, embroidered with some little flowers. And it's like a pink, it's kind of like a pink, what do they call these? It's kind of like an overall, but there's a word for these when they're over little dresses, and I can't, pinafore? Oh, I don't remember if that's it or not. And it's got like a little white sleeves, a little Peter Pan type collar. It's adorable. I love it, but she's been in it for a little bit. So I thought I would give her a little change. Oh, let me show you what I'm going to put her in. So I have these cute little pink bubble shorts that came with this adorable little butterfly shirt. It's a white shirt, it could be a dress on some babies, and it's got little different colored pinks and orange, yellows and blues, butterflies all over it. I just think it's adorable. I think she will look adorable in this. I mean, it's kind of vintagey, maybe. And then I have a different, really deep flower headband to put on her. So that's what we're going to put on her. So let's go ahead and go down to where my vintage baby can be found. So yeah, I think she's, I mean, like, for her age, she's a really nice doll. What I did find interesting about her is her limbs, like her arms and legs, like somehow I think they sewed the cloth onto the I don't know if she's vinyl. I don't know what she is. I don't know what her material is made out of, but like these arms, you know how usually there's like a zip tie? There's not. This is like sewn into the plastic. So that's really interesting. I thought that was interesting how they did that. She would be what you would consider a 3/4 lengths baby, limbs baby, because she has cloth, a cloth body, but then cloth like thighs and shoulders, or forearms. No, this is your forearm. What is this, upper arm? I don't know, shoulder area. But this is her original body. I didn't do anything to her but wash her up. And I was thinking about maybe replacing the body, but honestly the body's still in really, really good shape. And I like smelled her because I wanted to make sure, you know, she didn't smell like mold or mildew or anything, and she doesn't. She smells like she's old, but not like moldy or mildewy. You know what I'm saying? Like she's definitely been in storage, I think, somewhere. But I'm so happy to have her. Every time I come into the nursery and see her, like my heart sings a little joyful song, just, you know, just remembering back on my childhood days when I had these dolls to play with, and they were a big part of my childhood. Oh, and her crier. She has a crier. Let's see. Oh, did you hear it? It still works. That's amazing to me that her crier still works. So I've been, you know, on this baby journey for a little over a year now. And not only have I collected the Cabbage Patch and reborns and all that jazz, but I've, you know, been trying to collect a few of my vintage dolls. I think for the most part I've got them all now, which I'm super lucky. Like, I feel super lucky that I found them. This is a koala baby, 9 to 12 months, but it is 100% cotton. So I don't think it's like a true 9 to 12 months, because I've washed it a couple times. It's probably shrunk. But you know how clothing is anyway, baby clothing. That's one thing I used to love too. My mom made me a bunch of doll clothes for my dolls, for like my Cabbage Patches, and you know, that size of a doll and smaller. But if the doll was bigger, she would let me go to the thrift store and buy a couple pieces of clothing for my dolls. I loved that. I loved that so much, to get to go to the thrift store and just pick out, you know, a sleeper or a dress or a pants and a shirt, or, you know, whatever it may be, whatever my little heart saw that it wanted. A jacket. Oh, there she goes. She cried. I remember getting a really pretty jacket for my dolls one time. But her neck is really loose though. Yeah, it's like she does have, in her neck, there is a ridge. But I don't think there's any way for me to put a zip tie there, because her neck is really loose. And so I would like to put a little more stuffing up there, but I'm gonna leave her alone. I'm gonna leave her alone and just love her the way she is. You know, technically she's an old lady. But yeah, I'm gonna try to brush her hair out a little bit. We'll see. We'll see if her little hair, but in picking her name, I did look up like 80s names, you know, because I wanted something very 80s, and I thought Tiffany is definitely an 80s name. I think so, at least. I remember, you know, hearing girls named Tiffany in the 80s. So, yeah. Well, her hair did kind of calm down a little bit with brushing it and wetting it down a little. Put this beautiful little headband on her. Oh, she's so cute, guys. Oh my goodness. My little Tiff. There she is, aunties and uncles. Your little Tiff. Let's come back up. There I am. So yeah, so this has been like, and like you guys have come along with me and like rejoiced with me, and I don't know, the lighting on this camera seems a little strange today. I don't know how this video is going to come out. Hopefully it comes out all right. I do have a ring light on, but that's not, like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Anyway, anywho, we'll see when this goes out, huh? Anyway, I'm just gonna every now and then like show, like I'm showing my Cabbage Patch kind of sporadically, but you know, letting you guys meet them. And I think I'm gonna do the vintage dolls too, just kind of every once in a while bring a little vintage doll out and just tell you how, you know, I got her, and I don't know, like a kind of like a vintage show and tell, I guess. That's what a vintage show and tell. If you guys would like to do this too, oh my gosh, I love vintage dolls. Oh, who is it who has a lot of vintage dolls and shows them? What is her name? Pretty sure she's from the UK. Oh, Waddle, Little Waddle, yes, Little Waddle Nursery. I want to say she shows vintage dolls. Who else? I've seen a couple people, but I can't remember. I know Little Waddle Nursery still shows her vintage dolls. I love when she does her vintage dolls. I really love seeing the dolls that, you know, you grow up with, or the dolls that come out, you know, and what time period and stuff. Because I have, and I'll get her out one day and change her for you guys too. I have a Tiny Tears from the I think it was from the 50s or the 60s, I can't remember. But I have one now. That was before my time, and that was, Mama Cheryl sent her over to me. Oh my gosh, I love that baby so much. She's small, but she's just so scrumptiously adorable. So yeah. So okay, so like I was saying though, if you have vintage dolls and you have a YouTube channel and you want to, you know, show off your vintage dolls, do it, and tag me, if you will. You don't have to, it's not, I'm not making like a hashtag or anything, but like at me, at Binkies and Blankies Nursery. I would love to see your vintage dolls. I would absolutely love it. I love seeing them, I do. I'm not creating a hashtag because there's way too many hashtags out there already, and everybody's creating more and more and more, to the point that I don't know what to do sometimes because there's so many. But anyway, I love them though. They're fun. I do like participating in the hashtags because, you know, they are fun, and to get to see everybody else's who participates in them. But yeah, so I showed you little Stephanie, and I showed, or not Stephanie, little Tiffany, and I showed you Stephanie, but she didn't get like a change in chat video. So maybe one day I will do that in the future, do one with her so that she gets the spotlight. But yeah, little Tiffany, I don't have, okay, so little Tiffany I got when I was like 6, or I'm gonna say I was 6. I was 5 or 6. And I had her for a while, and then she disappeared. And like, I remember I loved playing with her. I loved her size because she fit in the baby clothes so well, and I loved playing with her, but I didn't have her like until I had kids. Now Stephanie, you know, she's one that I got, I was like probably 10 or 11 when I got her. So I have more memories of her, more stories to tell with that one. But this one I don't have a whole lot of stories to tell. I know that when I, because I seen pictures, so I kind of like it gives me, you know, it kind of brings back that memory. And I just remember when I opened her, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so big and beautiful. And I was so excited to get her. And yeah, I loved her so much. I'm happy to have her back. So yeah, all right, so we're gonna end the video now. I know I have trouble ending the videos because I just like want to sit and talk and blabber on with you guys, and I can do that for a very long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. Me and little Miss Tiffany are gonna say goodbye. Say goodbye, aunties and uncles. Like I said, she is a horseman's, I don't think I finished that thought, did I? She is a horseman, softy, sleepy eyes, or sleepy eyes softy, or some combination of that. And she is adorable. Got her from eBay. Her head says 1974, but I know they sold them into the 80s because I got her in the 80s. All right, guys, we love you so much. Thank you so much for coming along and hanging out with us, talking dolls. Tell me about, in the comments section below, do you remember your dolls when you were little, or do you like you just have no memory of them? And which is, a lot of people don't, you know. Did you have this doll? That would be interesting. I know in a comment before, someone had said that they had this doll, or their sister had this doll, and they had little Stephanie. And that's really cool. That's really neat, because I don't think these dolls were like uber popular like some of the other dolls that you hear about. So it was neat to see who has a doll like this. So did you have a doll like this, or like Stephanie? And or do you have a memory that you want to share down below about a beloved doll that you had in your childhood, or that you wanted in your childhood? All right, guys, we're gonna say goodbye again. I know we love you all so much. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit your bell notifications, check out the join button if you want to become a Flutterfly. It is also in the description box below, which you should check that out too. And leave me a comment, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to be kind, be gentle, but most importantly, be you, because we love you just the way you are. See you next time.